Greetings, Neverwintans and YouTubers alike. Welcome back to the Inside Neverwinter podcast. Triumphant episode 10 this week with both hosts JDog and JDog. JDog, what's up, man?
Nothing much, man. I mean, I've been doing good.
Good. Alright, well, just to let everybody know, we are playing this week from the preview shard in order to give some video footage here. Because without any kind of reference for what we're going to be talking about, this whole show might not work as well. So what we decided to do was to play a little bit and kind of do a more informal style show this week. So welcome to a more laid back Inside Neverwinter podcast. We're just going to kind of play through these first couple quests with JDog's Hunter Ranger here. You've seen me play mine in the minicast. He hasn't quite as much time to play, so we're just going to go through the same stuff, and we're going to have some fun with it and shoot the breeze. So
I can tell you one thing: this is OP as anything else.
Isn't it great though?
I know.
Your aimed little wide shot. It's your second at will, and it is called split shot. So split shot. I talked about it in the minicast.
Watch this.
I'm watching.
They're all dead.
Your spell effects aren't quite coming through quite like that, but if we both do it, it can come through on the video there. But it is pretty cool because the longer you hold the ability, you need to have a target, of course, like most things, but the longer you hold it, the narrower it becomes, and the more damage it will do to a single target. However, as viewers can see right now, you can't then change where it's aimed. Your target... There's a kind of a small window of time there. Your target for the actual strike is going to have to be in the same position it was, position they were when you actually began to strike the arrow, which could be positive or negative, like this here. If you catch them on the surprise, it does help a lot. Although if you let them come at you, you're probably going to have some trouble.
Yeah.
So like I mentioned in the minicast here. And this is all just kind of top of the show stuff. We will get into news, state of the game type stuff here in just a moment. But as I mentioned in the minicast, I'm sorry, I forgot what I was going to say. My apologies. A moment at the top of the show, we get a little recapping of what's been going on with this. JDog, I don't think we put out a show last week, did we?
No, we did not. I had a full schedule and I really couldn't attend. I had a very busy week that week. Well,
I don't blame you. Over the last weekend, I actually had a sprained ankle. I did not go to work. I had a doctor's note for the last weekend of work off, so I didn't do anything but sit in bed last weekend and play a lot of Grand Theft Auto Online, so... sorry if you were hoping for an episode, but there really wasn't a whole lot of news to talk about last week. I mean, not a whole lot's been going on. They've been previewing bits and pieces for Shadowmantle coming up, close to the end of the year. My bet's still close to the end of January. Close to the end of November, because I think they're going to want to have this out by Christmas.
Yeah.
I think that would drive things up just a little bit. This is of course the first cycle of Neverwinter. This is the first time I'm able to learn this lore again. This is great. This is Neverwinter's first cycle around. It's not Cryptic's first go around by any means, but it is Neverwinter's first Christmas. So I'm anticipating holiday events like we've had. We had Midsummer Festival. We are currently having the Masquerade of Liars, which is another event. So if you're enjoying that, I think that's ending like tomorrow or Monday.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, weekend events are getting pretty commonplace around here. Nothing new and scary about that. It seems like that's when they want to drive up players. So, I mean, I guess I can understand why they would want to do it. It's just irritating to me when my time is kind of all over the place, and I don't like being pinpointed to one thing. That's probably another reason I have not been just getting myself into Neverwinter. JDog, I don't know about you this week, but I have not been playing very much at all.
I've been on a few times to, like, invoke. And
that's more than I've been doing.
Yeah. I just got the 7th Arden coin, and I opened up the thing, and I was disappointed. I got a preservation ward and a rank 4 radiant enchantment. So I was pretty disappointed about that. But that's all that I've really been able to do. I mean, I've done a little bit more upgrading on my character, on my main character, Trajan. But other than that, I really haven't been able to play. I mean, I haven't done Sharandar in such a long time, it's not even funny.
Me neither. I think by now the last tier isn't as appealing. Now, speaking of the campaign here, we are seeing that Shadowmantle will have a new campaign. Cryptic said that, based on feedback they got from during Sharandar, that the campaign for Shadowmantle is going to be less linear. So it's going to be less of everyone has the same experience. And actually, we can show that to you here right now. So take a look on the campaign page here for the Dread Ring campaign. Now, it seems like this is the starting place to study Thayan writings, and that you will be filling this bar here. And then there's Decipher Thayan writings, which goes different. And this requires 5 Thayan scrolls, Thayan ciphers. We'll tell you more about that as we learn more. Valindra's Tower, we're going to be taking on Valindra in Shadowmantle. She's going to be presumably the main epic 5-man that we're playing, much like Malabok's Castle was. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to do it. I made the commitment that I'm going to be doing that, and I'm going to try to do Malabok's Castle just to experience it before it becomes outdated content. Because once it does, there's less chance of you getting in there and to do it. There's Forge the Silver Gauntlet. Seems to be what that very first task in Sharandar was for us. And I can't even see Sharandar because it requires level 60. However, I can pull up the other campaign and it's just fine. Now, all this is just to say... Excuse me, I'm trying to eat dinner too. Alright. Now, all this is to say that feedback has been valuable to Cryptic. Cryptic has been making changes. This is something we've seen before. Malabok's Castle was different from Tier 1 5-mans. Although it is disappointing that there's just one. The development cycle is fairly short. The game was out for what? The game was public launched for 3 months before Fury of the Feywild came out.
Yeah.
And that was during a kind of a cycle where there were lots of Tier 1 dungeons to do. Tier 1, Tier 2, I should say. And there's a new expansion coming out after, presumably, only 3 months now, because it launched in August, on August 22nd, and this is November. If Hunch is correct, they'll be launching 3 months from that date. So this looks pretty promising. I think it definitely says a lot about Cryptic, being a responsive kind of team. The development team for Neverwinter being very responsive. Now, when we talk about the content that's coming, and we mentioned a new campaign, it's more character progression, which is always good. We never want to discredit character progression, because that's kind of the metagame for those who can't get into dungeons. That's pretty much always... Wow, that was quick.
Yeah, that was the easiest I've ever done that.
That was almost laughable.
Yeah, I mean, I did my special thing, you know, like did a giant arrow from the sky, and it just took more than half his health away. It was insane.
Oh, that was oh gosh, arrow piety or whatever the heck it's called.
Yeah,
seismic shot
on dexterity. I have 21 dexterity, and I'm level 4. Yeah, look at me.
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Good gravy. You have 21 dex because you picked what? What's your class? You're a human? Oh, so you just put +2? So you didn't care about anything else, you just went...
Straight damage.
You are 7 points higher in your main stat. That's devotion. See, that's the opposite route that you took with Treon, because with Treon, you went balanced with it. Whereas me on Alandro, I went focused like you did in Constitution, although I didn't get quite the boost that you did.
Yeah, I must have got really lucky, because once it was
your
insane.
Dice roll was just
I was like 21.
because that's a 19 dice roll. I mean, 1914 isn't 14 isn't unheard of when you're doing the random dice, but to get that and then have the +2 boost to put it over 21 when you're level 4. Let me inspect you real quick.
Yeah,
see.
But my cost is 9 Constitution, so
You're squishy.
Yeah.
600.
But I do lots of damage.
Oh wow. Good gravy, man. I can't see your value rates or damage or anything, but that is crazy.
Yeah, I thought the same.
Let's hope you get that lucky on live, too. And when we talk about that, let's talk about character slots. This is the first new class we've gotten, and it's going to draw a lot of interest, so a lot of people are going to roll one. Not everyone, obviously. When a new class comes along in an MMO, and there's established classes that have been there for a while. Excuse me. Mind you, in this case, it's been like 6 months for those other classes, rather than the several years that other games will have. It does raise a similar concern. Now, you're going to see frame rates drop on the video, so please excuse those while we get to the next question.
Yeah. The Tetris Enclave is just a bit cluster.
Just typical PE.
Lag.
Yeah, even more so when it's the previous server and there's, basically the biggest instance of a regular zone.
Yeah.
Regular zone on regular servers, live servers, in this here. So, we're just going to be moving right along here. Oh, he's got a quest for me. Is this the...
Finding Honor.
Okay, I know what this is.
Ooh, new blades that I won't even be able to use.
Okay, we can do that.
Ooh, look at this guy.
It's not necessarily that you won't be able to use. Well, I mean, it's there. And it might give you a stat boost, but when you hit level 10...
until you hit level 10, it's basically just a decoration.
Yeah, but a lot of things happen, like when you hit level 10. Like when you hit level 10, you get that. Every class gets their special ability. I'm going over here to invoke because I had gotten a quest to learn about it, but I haven't done it yet. This is kind of like a let's play, and
here in this server.
Sure.
It's like everything's over expensive. It's kind of funny what people have done.
What? 1450 rough AD? That's interesting.
What did you just get?
When I invoked just now, I got 1450 rough AD. I did not hear anything about this.
What? No way. Maybe it's for the first time you invoke.
I wouldn't be surprised if as the economy changes over time, with the adding of all the servers into one, that's what they would do to compensate. Although, it's interesting that I haven't heard any news about that. Not that I've been scrounging for news this week.
Plus 400 on the AD that you get from invoking, the first 1,000. You have 4. That's insane.
Proportionally.
I never heard about this.
It's almost half. And the way it goes is it cuts in thirds. So if you cut 1450 into thirds, what do you get? Like what's 2/3 of 1450?
A number.
You're like I don't know.
I'm trying to tell you in the nicest way possible.
Let's see, 2/3 of 1450 is probably.
We have to go to the tunnels.
I'm following you.
Wish I had a mount. Gosh.
I'm not following you. That's some other dude. What the heck am I doing?
Look on the mini-map.
I can see you. This is some stupidity. Yes, your intrepid hosts are being morons. What else is new?
The time.
It's like, yeah, it's to be expected. Although, if you can see, I named my dog companion something interesting / vulgar, so that's to be expected from me.
Wrong. I know now not to listen to old guys.
That's pretty funny. That is really great.
I should have just looked it up.
Now, for the viewers, this inside joke, this joke is about how the character that JDog is playing is intended to be named Legolas, like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that one elf guy.
I I did something similar with my name. You probably picked up on it if you watched the minicast. C. Norris, like, Chuck Norris, C. Norris. So,
but you can't see
I
Chuck
felt
Norris.
like I didn't have to take it to. But you can't see Chuck Norris. I felt like I didn't have to take it too seriously, it being a previous shard, so I felt free to have some fun with it.
You can't see Chuck Norris, but Chuck Norris sees you.
Chuck Norris is a hunter,
so
but Chuck Norris does not hunt.
This is insane amount of damage I'm doing.
Now watch this. The arrows come down, and they
doing
fall.
100 per arrow. Oh my gosh, that's insane.
And I set fire to the Nashers.
No. Wait, there's a thingy over here.
Now, the state of the game, of course, is pretty stagnant, so we're really not going to be talking much about what's on live servers. Mostly, we're just talking about what's in the news here, especially for the new class, and namely for the new class. That's, I think, what we're excited about. I think that's what most people are most excited about for this. I feel like the five classes that we have had available to us for the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Have kind of they've kind of run their end with a lot of players, and I wouldn't necessarily count myself in this. See how this changed, by the way?
Yeah,
this didn't used to be this way.
I was about to say, did they mess this place up, or does it look completely different than it did before?
No, they fixed it up so it's more like a real dungeon crawler.
Yeah, because before it was just a cave with like a few bumps in it.
Right, there wasn't really much to do in here, and now they've upgraded it, and they've even
they made this scroll look different.
Yeah, some more stature. All right, so switch to the sword mode.
Oh,
see how it just kind of swings like a
240. I'm so OP.
That is ridiculous for a level 4. Oh, check this out. This little thing. Remember this bookcase?
Yeah.
That required dungeoneering. Well, look, it's been revamped. They made it look better, and it's a little less conspicuous. You just look at the skull, and if you have dungeoneering, which I happen to have some, you can get into the chest.
Before, it was just you just go up to the main one, the middle one, and it has a glowy thing.
Yeah, it was more obvious. This is a little more refined. I like this. I feel like that's a good touch, and that's what kind of is keeping my faith in Cryptic alive. Is seeing these small touches. It's the quality of life. They probably won't get a lot of credit. It's a little like sound design in a movie. If the job is done properly, you won't even notice it happened. But it makes the world of difference when it's done right. So it can be a thankless job, but let's try to appreciate it when we notice it, that good things are happening like that. Why are my favorite kits breaking? Let's try to notice when good things are happening, and Cryptic is making the right moves, because I feel like it's important to highlight as much the right things that they're doing as much as some of the wrong.
What should I spend my skill point on?
If you're gonna upgrade anything, I would say upgrade all your damaging abilities. I would start with your at-will, since you use those the most.
So, rapid shot, increase that.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one to upgrade, because that's kind of your mainstay when you're just trying to clean up pick off mobs, like like when you're playing a cleric with the lances, or cleave on our guardian fighters. It's pretty much the main attack, the one you'll be using probably 50% of the time. The rest are split among your encounter powers, but when those are on cooldown, you're filling it in with filler. That's what it is. You're filling it in with your mainstay attack there. So I would say, as general principle, if you're looking for something to upgrade early on, stick with your at-wills, and if you can't upgrade those, it's gonna happen. It's just an eventuality. Lead the way to the next quest, because as long as I'm with you, I can still do this low-level stuff.
Return to Sergeant Knots.
It's not going to give me any experience, though, which is pretty funny. The new enchant system. I want to talk about that. You know how we've been upgrading them by gathering 4 of a rank and then combining them with a % chance that it will fail and lose 1? Well, the new enchant system, it might not necessarily remove that possibility of failure, but I think it will increase the necessity of it will increase your holding on to those enchantments. And what I mean by that is this. When you pick up an enchantment, and let's see if I have one. Yes. When you pick up an enchantment now, no longer does it say combine 4 to this. It actually says double click to improve. Everything's still pretty much the same as it was. Although hit points and power, I don't think those went together. It looks like they switched things up for this. Let me check the other one. Armor pen, lifesteal, movement. No, that's the same. No, they kept it. Okay. Everything's still the same on these enchants, but now they have a bar on them. If you can see that.
Yeah, I never really fully understood that. It was strange to me when I first saw it.
Yeah, you did pick up some of those and see what's going on with it.
Some people...
Well, while we're here in Protector's Enclave, I'm going to show that, because that's something else I feel like we should cover. Radiant Enchantment rank 1, and you can see, double click to improve. This enchantment radiates with pale glimmer. The important text is right at the bottom. This is what changed. Rank 1, 0 out of 20 to next rank. Now that refers to refinement points, which are achieved with items from the Wondrous Bazaar. Now the Wondrous Bazaar probably won't be the only place we get it. That's not something we've been seeing from Cryptic. The Wondrous Bazaar, however, is kind of like if you can't get it anywhere else, and it's halfway useful for you, come here to get it. Which,
and you know what I've noticed?
Which, in my opinion, could be a little better.
It's not getting dumber like some MMOs. It's getting a lot smarter and more complex.
Yeah, it is requiring a little more of us rather than the previous. So I do want to highlight this. If you're playing on live, you have a little bit of time to take advantage of the way you see best for this, because my personal approach is going to be to consolidate my enchantments and runestones into the highest rank I can get them into. And once I've done that, I think I'm going to be leaving them alone. Because now I'm at the Wondrous Bazaar, and I'll show you what the item is called. Under consumables here, the Dungeon Delve keys, which we will talk about at a later date when I have more to tell you about that. I just want to touch on that. I do see those, and I want to talk about them, but I just don't have the ability right now. Minor Mark of Potency. This is the cheapest one for 25 Astral Diamonds. This refining stone is a key component used to upgrade enchantments and runestones during the refining process. Refining stones are used in the refinement process. Right-click on any enchantment, blah blah blah. To bring up the refinement window, these items are found in the Adventurer's Reward and can be found on the Wondrous Bazaar. Alright, so we're going to buy one. And I'm going to buy this one too, to show off what it can do. Alright, so we've got this, and I'm not going to double-click to sell. I'm going to finish here. I'm going to open this up. We will double-click to improve.
I'm going to walk away.
Okay.
Because I'm so laggy that my frames are just like...
Put lesser enchantments, runestones, or refining stones in this slot. They'll be destroyed in the refining process. So it's going to take a catalyst. That's the minor mark of potency. The ward is still there to keep your stuff there. Add lesser enchantments. So let's see if I pop another one. That's plus 5 points. Okay, so there is somewhat of a point system that is match 10. Okay, so by putting other rank 1s in here, 10 points and 50. So it looks like to rank up a level 1, the quickest way is to use two others at the same level. We're going to assume 5. Yeah, we'll go ahead and refine it since we have that. And now it's in. We will upgrade, and it's going to cost 25. Okay, so you refine and you upgrade, and it's going to cost 25 Astral Diamonds and possibly consume catalysts. Okay, go ahead. Okay. Alright, so there was only a chance for it to be consumed, and it looks like the number that you require is. It looks like so far it's been equal to the amount that you're getting. So that turned it into a rank 2. Okay. That's interesting. You can't use itself, can you? No, that doesn't work. Okay. That's what I thought. So it still holds those plus 5s in those of its slots. So it looks like if you have something, say something that you're not going to be using. If you have an enchantment that you won't be using, that you have useless, this will actually let those become useful for you. Although I can imagine that they will still be they'll still be unwanted at higher levels because the return will still be not on par with something that you could spend your time equivalently to get. But it does seem that this is a little. I won't say better. I will say more polished and more well thought out. This does require a little more thought than simply gathering for the same and double clicking, which will change the market in a way that we obviously cannot foresee right now. For now, we're going to take a quick break and come back to you when we're at the next zone here. So we will see you, and what to you will be a moment. And we're back. I think we're pretty much through everything that I have learned so far about. I wanted to show you.
Yeah.
That refinement process was actually news to me, but I did remember that I had not checked it out yet, and then I wanted to show it off on the show here. So I think I think this episode is about done. Obviously, it's all been kind of prospective. This isn't your typical this isn't your typical structured show, and I hope you can enjoy it for what it is, being a look ahead at what's coming up, an informative discussion, some insights, because I want to hopefully not just tell you how things are, but also be able to analyze things together. Be able to kind of take an objective look around at Neverwinter, and see how far it's come. Certainly for me, Neverwinter has already done great things, has achieved great steps, and is going good places. The only thing I can even dare to say that I hope for is just that the full steam ahead continues to keep on coming. So that's quite, I think, enough from us this week.
Yeah.
So thanks for listening to this. I know these last 20 or so minutes of video content, probably not a whole lot to watch, but thanks for tuning into us this week. Catch us again next week. We'll be coming at you once again with episode 11, almost starting out a new era, 10 full episodes.
Let's hope that we may be able to do a Let's Play again of it, because I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, this I think breaks up the monotony sometimes of just sitting in the computer and talking.
Our hunters as we go, and that would be fun.
And I think the more we discover, the better.
Yeah.
But keep in mind that if you want to keep up, you've got a little bit of questing to do.
Yeah, I know.
Just remember, it doesn't take as long as it does in other games.
Yeah. Wow.
They're not the only offender by a long shot, but yeah, namely that. All right, y'all. Thanks you for listening to Neverwinters. Catch us again next week. Safe travels until then. Bye-bye.